Hi, friend. Ashley here. Welcome to the Unlock Your Dream podcast. I'm here to guide you along your journey to unlocking your dreams to achieve the best life that you can imagine possible. From my journey in medicine as a PA and then some in the corporate world, I always still desired a little bit more out of life. It wasn't until I met some people who had seen their dreams realized that it occurred to me that maybe, just maybe, mine could come true too. Come along with me as we get to know some of these friends of mine and hear their stories of unlocking their dreams. Hi, friend. Welcome back this week to the Unlock Your Dream podcast. I am beyond excited to share Danielle with you guys. She has become a friend of mine truly through Instagram, and you're going to hear a little bit more about her story and the incredible product that she's brought to market. But she is a mom of two and founder of Mother Hats, which has really become a movement dedicated to empowering moms to feel strong and beautiful through high quality hats and apparel. If you're lucky enough to see this on video, you can see ours. And obviously, we'll give you guys a chance to connect with her at the end. But it's just my favorite thing to wear. It's like the coolest. You just feel empowered when you put it on. And I can't say enough about it. But Mother Hats really has become a movement, like I said, dedicated to empowering moms and reminding you as a mom about your strength. Incredible strength. In a world where moms often juggle countless responsibilities with grace and determination, Mother Hats really offers a movement and a moment of recognition and appreciation. And it's a way to really honor the amazing women who give so much of yourselves every single day. So, all my friends that are moms, just know this is probably what you're getting for Christmas this year. I love you and get excited. So, Danielle, I just, again, can't say enough good things about you. Just your peace and the presence that you carry yourself with as a business owner. I get to interact with them on a daily basis, and you truly are something special. So I'm really grateful to hear your story. So welcome to the Unlock Your Dream podcast. And I'm just going to let you dive on in a little bit about your story. Anything you want to share about starting your incredible business, Mother Hats.
Yeah, well, thank you. And thank you so much for supporting Mother Hats. And thank you for letting me share my story. This is really awesome. But thank you for the great bio and intro. So, yeah, I'm the founder of Mother Hats. I am a mom of two. So, I have a son who's 5. My daughter, she's almost 4. Um, and we launched Mother Hats last November. And it was a couple years in the making, but it's grown to about 4,500 followers on Instagram. We've donated to 2 different nonprofits supporting mothers in need, and we're about to donate to our third at the end of September, which is really awesome. We give 10% of our proceeds back to moms and nonprofits who support mothers. And we've supported various mom walks, mom groups, mom fitness studios, even PTAs across the country. Been published in Motherly and TinyBeans and Woman's Day, and just started selling wholesale. So that's really awesome. And I'm excited about, and look for Mother Hats in your favorite retailer soon. But yeah, that's a little bit kind of high level of the last year, which is crazy to think it's almost been a year with Mother Hats. But I'm happy to talk a little bit more about our why and why I started Mother Hats.
Yeah, please. I'd love to hear it.
Okay, yeah, and so the why behind Mother Hats, I feel like it's probably, one of the most common questions I get on Instagram. Like I mentioned, I started the company last November. And before that, I had left my corporate job of 9 years about a year before. And I was really in the trenches of motherhood with 2 small kids. My kids are 16 months apart. It was during COVID, and I just was really struggling postpartum. I was raising my kids without a village of close friends or family nearby. And I was just trying to figure it all out, do it all on my own, and really figure out through the transition of motherhood, like who am I now? Um, Before that, I had always, had a full-time job, been in corporate America, done the normal thing. And my job had always kind of defined me. And so when I became a mom, that was a struggle for me of just trying to figure out, like, of course, I love being a mom and love my kids more than anything in the world, but like, who am I now? And so just a little bit lost in the transition, the lack of village, I think, coupled with COVID really forcing moms to mother in isolation, it caused a lot of these feelings of just, like, why does this feel so hard? Like, am I enough? And
Mhm.
I would see other moms around me or on social media making it look so easy and perfect and like fairy tale like. And I would ask myself, like, am I the only one that feels like this is hard or feels this way? And even having the thoughts made me feel guilty, like I didn't want
Mhm.
others to think I was ungrateful to be a mom. But I did have my core group of friends across the country. And when I opened up and shared some of my struggles, they shared their similar struggles with me, which helped me feel less alone. And
Mm.
so I wanted to create a community that built mothers up, like where they could feel strong and they can feel confident in motherhood, but also have the space to share vulnerability without judgment. Um, and I also wanted to normalize that, like, motherhood is hard and it's
Mm.
okay to say it out loud. It doesn't make you a bad mom. And in reality, it might actually help not only yourself, but other moms feel less mom guilt with unrealistic, expectations that motherhood is this, perfect fairy tale and there is no hard parts about it. So as moms, as we give so much of ourselves each day. And I want mother hats to be kind of that moment of acknowledgement and recognition. Like, we are amazing. Like, we're doing the hardest and most important job in the world, raising a next generation of children, and, like, there is literally no one stronger than a mother, and that's kind of where the slogan came about, or of strong as a mother, and, like, we got this, we can do this, like, moms, we figure it out. And so that's kind of like a backstory as to how this was all created and the slogan, and then, like, why hats. um I feel like I've always been a hat girl. You can ask any of my friends, and as corny as it sounds, hats were one of those things that kept me feeling like me postpartum. Like, I could be sleep deprived. I could, it'd been a week since I washed my hair, but I could throw on a hat, feel like myself, kind of put my outfit together, whatever leggings I was wearing that day, and give me the confidence to leave the house and do a little something for me. So I felt like a hat was that perfect accessory. Um, for a daily reminder that moms could wear each day. And every hat has "as strong as a mother" embroidered inside, just as a daily reminder that, like, you've got this, like, you're strong, like, you can get through whatever comes your way.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm like a little bit teary over here, like cold chills, the whole thing. There's just so much me too. And if you guys are not watching video, I'm just like constantly nodding my head the whole time. And gosh, Danielle, you just pulled so many good things out there. And just your story is so powerful and so relatable. And honestly, like you said, like whether it's COVID or not, something we need to talk about being a mom in isolation and what the cute little Instagram photos make it look like sometimes. And I do love that part of your brand, which we'll give you guys a chance to follow her at the end. But on Instagram, you even do such a good job with affirmations. And it's just, again, you're seeing it, you're reading it. It's something that you can speak over yourself. But just like you said with the hat, it's like, even when I've had mine on obsessively, but when you look in the mirror, you read it. Or like when you're passing a mom across the street, they're reading it. And so you're just kind of spreading that multiplication of getting it out there, whether you're looking in the mirror, you're, sharing it with another mom. You may not even know. She may just smile and walk right by you, but you just gave her some encouragement. So yeah, the hat was such a brilliant idea. And the fact that it hasn't been done before, I'm just like, this is brilliant. I love it. But I love that it's your story and you're using something that was hard to multiply to all of us that are moms that, yeah, it is not easy every day, but we have so much to be grateful for too. So I just love it. I love it. What are some things that you learned along the way or any connections you've had that have helped to get you where you are?
Yeah, so I've learned so much along the way. I feel like it's like a crash course in business. But I didn't really have any connections before starting Mother Hat, so all of it has been a big learning process, I would say. And, like, I literally wear like a million hats a day. But I would say it's just like the biggest thing I've learned is that you just have to have, like, the courage to go. Like, you have to have the courage to take the leap. Like, even if you don't think you're ready, even if you don't think, like, your product's ready or you're not good enough, like, you just have to go. Like, I tell this to my kids every day, like, you gotta be brave, you know? You gotta do it scared. And, like, for real, I feel like I sat on this for quite some time thinking, like, I don't know, would people wear this? Or is this a good enough idea? Or am I good enough to even start a brand? But I feel like that was one thing that I've learned along the process is, like, you have to push yourself. You're going to make mistakes, but that's really the best way to learn. And then on top of that, I've learned, like, you can't worry about what other people think. And it's easier said than done. And I struggle with this daily, especially like on social media, like creating content or reels or posts or coming out with a new hat design or color. It's like, sometimes I sit on it for a couple days and I'm like, is anybody else going to like this? And like, then I need to remind myself, like, if I feel, passionate about it, or I feel like this is the right direction to go, like I have to have confidence in it and just do it. And other people's opinions don't matter. Like everyone's going to have an opinion, like they're going to like it or they don't. And honestly, it doesn't matter. And so like, there's a lot of, like that has been something that I've had to learn and kind of work through. And just also like, lastly, probably like you to own a business and build a brand, you're going to have setbacks and you just have to keep your head up and be gritty, and keep going. And yeah, every setback helps you learn something from it. But when you're building something, and running a business, like I just feel like that's another thing I've learned is like, you can't let setbacks keep you from moving forward.
Yeah, that's so good. Oh my gosh, girl. Yeah, so many me too's. And it's just a theme I feel like I've been hearing lately, which maybe my ears are tuned to hear it a little differently. But I agree. It's good to hear too, because like you said, we do motherhood in isolation. I feel like sometimes we do entrepreneurship in isolation. And it's good to hear that me too of like, yeah, just do it. Have the courage. There are other people out there making those hard decisions or seemingly, is this the right color or the right product, or is now the time? And I just want to thank you on behalf of moms for bringing it out and for being brave and courageous, because it's a product that may seem small, but it can make such a big difference in your day. And I totally relate to throwing on your hat and getting out of the house. Maybe that's like the thing that you need, because you just feel like you're finally yourself and it doesn't matter how dirty your hair is. You just throw it on and feel confident. I love that.
Exactly. Yep.
So
You just
good.
go.
What would you say are any things that you've overcome along the journey, or any twists and turns along the way to see this dream realized?
Yeah, I feel like every day there's a new twist and turn of some sort. And I would say that probably the biggest thing that I've had to overcome is just like the overall learning curve of being entirely new to an industry, and like with retail and e-commerce and just overall building a brand. I feel like from building and maintaining websites to running social media, creating content, working with influencers, identifying suppliers, manufacturers, figuring out how to work with lead times and inventory and keeping costs down. Like all of that has been such a big learning curve. Um, and I feel like, even from the start, like I did months of research trying to figure out the right manufacturing and embroider, printer partners. And about 3 months in, I was realizing I kept running into quality issues with my hats. And like, I am a perfectionist, sometimes to a fault. Like, if it is not perfect, I'm not going to sell it. And quality is just so, so important. That's what makes our hats and apparel really, really good. But it got to a point where I had to make a decision, like, we're going to have to either cut ties here, and am I going to, go back to the drawing board and start all over again and find a new partner? Or do I just kind of fold here? And that's kind of where, back to what I was saying, you got to have that internal grit to just kind of, know, okay, this is a setback, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to learn from it. And I feel like there are situations like that every day in this process. And I've just had to tell myself that, like, learn from it, pivot, and then move forward. And every time there is some sort of, there's a lot of trial and error and a lot of errors, but every time I've learned from them and looking back, it's actually, a blessing in disguise. And now I've found another partner, and it's a partner that's going to be able to help me scale my business and has, better quality of products and that sort of thing. And I would have never even known that if I didn't run into the initial setback from the start. So I feel like there's just been, every day there is some sort of new twist and turn, or something that I need to learn. But it's what's gotten me to the point where I have today, and helped me to ultimately be better at the process.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. I can hear that. I'm sure with a product-based business, it's easier. Sometimes you want to just get it out fast, especially when you, like for you were sitting on it for a while, but to really slow down, to speed up, and then have a partner that you can count on. I can't imagine just the peace that comes from that too, of knowing that you're delivering a product that you're proud to wear, that you're proud to give, that you're proud to put on your friends. And that's really, it's cool. And it's a good reminder that we all probably take for granted all the things that go into the things that we love to wear and rock every single day. There's a lot behind that. it's so good. You talked in it a little bit. Obviously, where mom is over here, but how do you balance this new life? So you did employee life. Now you're doing entrepreneur life. You're a founder, you're a business owner, and you're still a mama. And, you have a lot of other roles. And like you said, tons of hats to wear. So how do you balance all those roles right now?
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot. And I feel like being a mom in general is a lot, whether you're stay at home, whether you're full time, whether you're working at home while, being a stay at home mom, whatever it is, it's a lot. I feel like I'm working more now than I did with my actual full-time job, but at the same
Mhm.
time, it's like it doesn't feel like work because I love it and I'm just so passionate about it. Um, but it has made me where I have to be more intentional and planned with my schedule. And, like for me, I know that I need to get a workout in each day for my mental health, so I need to make
Yeah.
sure I do that before my kids get up or my kids go to school part time. So I need to make sure I do emails and calls and meetings and photos and all of that outside of those hours. And then when they're home, to put the phone down and
Mm.
be present with them. But I also want to try to get them involved as well. They love going to the post office with me to deliver packages, or they think it's fun, when I get new hat colors or samples and like helping to get their opinion on what do you think is best, and every morning they pick out a hat for breakfast, like their favorite color hat, So I want them to see me working hard too. And I want to be that role model for them to teach them, you can follow your dreams no matter how big or crazy the idea might be, and that like anything is possible.
That's so good. And I love that you would mention like our calendar planning in there, which I think is key. Cause like you said, once your house becomes a little bit chaos, it's try finding those little moments in the day that you can maximize your time so you can put down your phone and you can be present. But like you also said, they're watching. You're probably surprised on how much they pick up on and they're proud of you. And I think like you said, you started it for them. They're a big piece of your why too. And so to have them get to be a part of it and to get to see what's involved and going to the post office and knowing, probably seeing fun little photo shoots or Instagrams or things pop up that like my mom is doing something really cool. And I think it'll be fun to see the older that they get, the more they just really realize, like you said, it's truly a movement and it's absolutely incredible what you've started. So I'm so cool, so glad to
Yeah,
hear that they are able to watch and just really take it in too. It's really
thank
special.
you.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
absolutely.
Well, is there anything that we didn't touch on that you really wanted to make sure we hit on? And I just well, obviously will give people a chance to connect because I can't even describe all of your amazing designs and patches and embroidery. I mean, it's like you truly can't have enough. It doesn't matter that they say the same thing. It's like I want every single design. So, anything else you wanted to touch on that we didn't get a chance to?
Yeah. I would just say like, if you have a dream or if you have an idea, then just do it. I feel like I wanted to be an entrepreneur, I feel like for years. And I just never had, the confidence or the guts or just to try. And I feel like if you have a dream or if you have a product or if you have any type of idea, if you believe in your idea, you're going to be successful. Like it doesn't
Mhm.
matter what other people think. Like you're going to be judged either way. But if you truly believe it, like you will be successful. And then yeah, to wrap things up, like for mother hats, like there's so many cool things coming. I'm so excited about. At the end of this month, we're going to have a new hat collection, and then we'll be donating to our third charity, like I had mentioned, which we'll announce in October. We donate to a new charity each quarter, and then we are also available on Fair now for wholesale and we're in retails across the country, which is really, really awesome. So we're looking to grow that as well. And there's just so much more mom merch coming out for the fall and the holidays. We have such an awesome community of moms, especially on Instagram, and they've come to me with so many ideas. So I'm really excited to announce some of those in the upcoming weeks.
That's so exciting. And just to like remember, I mean, remind everybody, this is a company that's less than a year old. Like you're about to have your 1 year anniversary celebration. Is that right? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
just look
in
at what
November.
you've done in such a small amount of time. It's incredible, girl. And I love your heart to give back. It's just, you're such a genuine, kind business owner. I can just say that from even our time already working together. I'm just so grateful for just the vision that you have and what you're casting. And you can tell it's genuine, it's authentic, it's real to you, and it's resonating. And I think that's really cool. I'm really excited to see what else is coming up. That's so, so exciting. But also, too, just thanks for the encouragement. It's good to hear that being an entrepreneur for you wasn't just a wake up one morning and decide. You thought about it for a while. And then there's probably a lot of people listening to this story that I think are going to find a lot of encouragement in that. And that, it seems maybe like the safer thing to do to stay put in the 9 to 5 or the W-2. And maybe for some people it is, but just that encouragement of you don't have anything to lose to try. And like you said, if you believe in it, that's most of the battle. So,
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
thank
Like, life
you.
is too short. Yeah. Do what makes you happy.
I love
We're
that.
moms. Like, we're capable of anything.
Yes, you already did the hardest thing. The rest of it's easy. It's all easy from
Yeah.
here. I love that. Well, thank you so much. This was incredible. I'm so excited to get it out. Thanks for sharing your time and your story and your why, and for bringing the hats. Like I said, it's just, I'm really grateful that you took the leap. I'll say that personally. And I'm so excited to share with all my mom friends coming up this year.
Oh, well, thank you so much for letting me share my story.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Okay, friend, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Feel free to share this podcast with another friend who it may inspire. Leave a review to possibly be featured at the beginning of another episode, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the stories that could help unlock your dream for you.